you're one of those that want to be impressed under 3 seconds, I can't do that. So you can just scroll and go. I believe that value is patience, and at least you have to be patient for me to be able to deliver value to you. I remain Onya Ibaji of Bright Culture and Society, and my intention is to get you bright culture. All right, so we're going to be talking about culture in its rawest form. And I believe, as a student of education, that the best way to learn is to learn from the familiar to the unfamiliar. You know, for instance, if you want to learn how to, construct sentence, you have to start from 2 sentence, 3 sentence, or 3 words joined together, 2 words joined together before you start coming up with complex sentences. And that's just the strategy we're going to use to approach culture. Look, culture is actually underneath so many things that you don't even know. Yes, there's so many flashy other words that you take cognizance to or you pay attention to, but you don't pay attention to so much culture. You don't pay attention to the culture that surrounds you. You don't pay attention to the culture that you are feeding, and in turn it can make or mar you, of which you don't know. But then you're going to be knowing much more as we progress. So what is culture? Take your time, think about it. What is culture? Now, what do you understand by the word culture? If you wake up in the middle of the night, if it's a 1 million naira question, if it's a 2 billion naira question, what's going to come to your mind? What's culture? In our social study, if you still remember, it is described as the total way of life of a people. Yes, and it's so vague because eventually it's going to be narrowed down to art and culture. But then culture surrounds us. It's just like the air we breathe. Yeah, culture surrounds us. Let's go from the dictionary meaning. We're going to check all the sources that you can easily reach before we progress to the ones that are not commonly that are not common in the resource facilities. So what is culture? So according to English dictionary, it defines culture as one, a particular society at a particular time and place, a civilization. I want you to pay attention to how it describes it. Particular society, particular time, particular place. So pay attention to that. We're going to come back. So 2, it says it's a way that you grow in a special preparation, like an incubation, like a mold process, you're being cultured up. All right, so 3, it said it's the taste in arts and manners that are favored by a social group. Yes, like in Nigeria, the Yorubas, the female are likely to kneel down to greet, the male are likely to prostrate to greet. In the Hausas, we're familiar with the way they do their stuffs, and all over we know how the taste in arts. When I talk about art, I'm not just talking about the pictures and all. When we talk about art, we're talking about the movies, the music, the artifacts, and many other things like that, including the drawings, and even sightseeing sometimes is considered as art. But again, that's by the way. So the Yorubas use talking drums, which is not common to other parts of the country. There is a particular thing that is familiar to a particular people, and that's what the third one is saying. Number 4 is saying it's all the knowledge and value shared by our society. Yes, it is all the value and knowledge shared by a society. You can have the culture of your family whereby they pass down some kind of understanding to the next generation. That is culture. You're being cultured. Yeah. So even in the whole nation, we have our own body of knowledge that we pass down to the next generation, and these all forms our culture. These all form our culture. Number 5, he said it's a highly developed state of perfection having a flawless or impeccable quality. Yes, when something is cultured up, it is cultured to perfection. It is expected to come out in a kind of way. Just imagine you make a mold of a shape, let's say a rectangle, and then you put your cue in it, and it came out as a spherical object. You will definitely not want to be okay with that because it does not come out perfectly. So when you are culturing something, or you're being cultured, the expectation is perfection or impeccable quality. So number 6, he said it is the attitudes and behavior that are characteristic of a particular social group or organization. So the way things are done, the way people behave and all determines the kind of culture that is predominant in a place. And the last one, which is number 7 stands for perfection. And number 7, it says the raising of plants or animal, and me, I'm going to add humans also. It's not just plants and animal, even humans, because the way you train your children in the home, the way you train children in the school, the way you train children in the university, the way people are trained in the church, the way people are trained in any area, any group, any society, they are being cultured or conditioned. Yes. So I want you to understand. Now we're going to go back to the first emphasis that was laid by the first definition, that it is a particular society at a particular time and place. Now, a particular society is a particular group of people at a particular time and at a particular place. So that is making emphasis on particular. That means that it is not a general thing. Just because you behaved like this yesterday, you're not expected to behave the same today. Meaning that a living culture is one that is consistent enough to its identity, but at the same time adaptable enough to evolve over time. So we've come to the end of class today, and I'm grateful for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for not adhering to that 3 seconds algorithm rule. I beg. Valuable people don't rush things. So thank you for your time. We've come to the end of class today, and I hope you learned one or two. If there's anything you'd like to share more, you can use the comment section to air your thoughts. And if there are questions on your mind regarding culture and more clarity you need, you can always ask via the comment section, and let's start an engagement from there. And I hope thank you very much once again for your time. I hope to see you in the next class. And if you're here to follow up, kindly use the follow up button and follow up to keep tabs on class as they come, because trust me, there are many things you're going to be hearing from here that you're definitely going to doubt and definitely going to be brainstorming about. But that's why I'm here, so that we can grow together. So as I grow in numbers, you grow in knowledge.